person with us. And like I work with a lot of different spiritual practices to help protect and cleanse my space. Um, just remember this is not about instilling any type of fear. It can be dealt with. So please don't fall victim, especially to anybody trying to scam you or telling you that you're cursed or need to pay like a bunch of money for them to remove it. That is not at all what this is about. It's just a matter of understanding and protecting your energy on a daily basis, having that energetic hygiene, which is important to have that practice. So if you feel like something has been sent to you, or if you pick something up, you can release it, you can cleanse it. And, intention is important. So there's things like prayer, aura cleansing meditations, and like protection mantras. They are great, and you can get them on YouTube. Also, of course, we say this all the time, but visualizing yourself in a bubble of golden white light and intending that no negative energy can get in, and that, you're sealed off from negativity, but it does allow in love. So it's not like you're blocking out the good too. Okay. Salt baths are good, but crystals are really, really important. And helping protecting your energy. I wear them as jewelry. If you haven't already noticed, I usually have a lot of it on pretty much every day. And, good crystals for protection are a lot of the black crystals. There's black tourmaline, black obsidian, smoky quartz, the black kyanite that looks like a blade. Those are really, really protective. I love bringing in like the high vibrational crystals to like raise our frequency. Selenite is one of my favorites, and as is clear quartz. Citrine is also really good for raising your vibration too. But you can use other tools like meditation of the violet flame to burn away any lower energy. That's what it's for, and it does work really well. I've used all of these, and they do work really well. So just a quick note, working with the angels is important and it can help you with your energy, it can help for protection, especially Archangel Michael for, clearing my space. I do that every day. So that doing these things brings about happiness and success, and Spirit puts us on the path that is really meant for us, even if we did not, think that it was going to be working out in that way. Spirit knows what's best for our path, and that's going to bring us the most fulfillment, the most happiness, joy, and abundance. And to me, that's kind of like when you're on your path, those are beautiful rewards. So with that, I'm going to close my show. Thank you for joining me. I have videos on TikTok. If you want to head over there, the handle is Mind, Body, Nourish. And, I have my readings on Stan Store, which is stan.store/Medium Andrea. And then on Facebook and Instagram is Medium Andrea Bacon. And I post collective readings on there several times a week. If you want to go check that out, that would be awesome. But have a beautiful week. Have a great spooky season. And until then, I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for New York City Celebrity Psychic with Perry Lyons. Perry Lyons. Live from PerryLyonsBrilliance.Wixsite.com/Perry Lyons. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio.
Or one of our
websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is New York City's Celebrity Psychic on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, cherished ducklings. This is Perry Lyons, and this is Perry Lyons, New York City Celebrity Psychic on Moonstruck TV and A1R Radio. And I am here for you. For those of you who are watching, and bless you, and bless those who are listening too. Just bless everybody. I'm just promiscuously blessing. Whee! Okay. If you're watching, you'll notice that I do not look like I do normally. I am in my happy place, which is my library in my house, and I'm in my Halloween costume. I'm dressed as a superhero. My superheroes are librarians. So I am dressed as a librarian, and we're going to be very intelligent for this program. And we'll all learn the Dewey Decimal System together. But anyway, I'm here for you. So wherever you are, whether it's in the UK, hi to all my friends in the UK, and my brother, hello, or Australia, and love to all my friends in Oz, and New Zealand, love to all my friends there. It's good to know people all around the world. Canada, so wherever you're listening, I'm sending you love, and I'm telling you that I'm here to answer your questions with our trademark, evidentially proven, is that redundant? 92% accuracy rate. And also just, I really love my callers. I really do. I mean, not in a creepy way. I'm not like going to wind up under your couch or something, but so call in and I'm here to answer your deepest and most personal questions. Meanwhile, we're going to do the psychic tarot weather. I can't see through these. There, now I look even more smart. What the heck did I do with my cards? They're in my purse. Sorry about that. Brief moment of confusion. Hello. Okay, so here's how the psychic tarot weather works. Oh, Foxborough, Massachusetts. That's where my ancestors lived from 1632 on. Hi, Michaela. And Michaela's my favorite name.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, sweetie.
Thank
I'm good.
you.
I'm just going to do the psychic tarot weather. Can you hang out for 3 minutes? What I'd like you to do is breathe really deeply and then breathe out through your mouth like this, like you're blowing out a birthday candle. That activates the vagus nerve, not the vagus nerve, in which you wake up in a hotel room with sex workers, but that's a different story and enough about my personal life. So keep doing that and concentrate on your question, and I'll be back with you in 3 minutes. 3, count them 3. Okay, ready? Here's how the psychic tarot weather works. And it really works, and I don't know why. The first cards are for the beginning of the week, which is today and tomorrow. The second card is for the middle of the week, which is the next couple of days. And the third card is the end of the week, which is next Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And the cards address, well, you'll see. They address what's going on, and you'll find they're oddly accurate. So, that's interesting. The first card has to do with either being in, being around, or thinking about a happy relationship. This is actually a marriage card for me. In my readings, it tends to turn up as an engagement marriage card, and or what it also means in my 20 years of readings is that you know exactly what you want in a relationship, and that relationship is coming towards you. If you're in a relationship, it might mean that you're in a very happy time. If you're somebody who's got a crush on somebody else, just pick up the phone and call them, for heaven's sakes. Stop being such a chicken. So it's a really nice card. It's a card of romantic possibility and romantic expansion. See, they're standing under a big rainbow filled with cups. They might be tripping, but that's okay. I love doing that. Interestingly, the next card has to do with not beginnings, not commitments, but mediums. Not me, although I am a medium. What this card often means is that moment right before, like either making a commitment or walking away from something. So, for instance, if you've lived in Hong Kong for 5 years, but you're not sure if you should live there anymore, this is the moment where you're going to be weighing all factors and deciding if you want to stay in Hong Kong or come back to wherever you live in the States or wherever you live anywhere. If you're in a relationship, this means that you're at the moment right before both of you have maybe said the L word or the M word, which is monogamy, or the C word, which is commitment, or the S word, which is shut up, Pear, just put the card away. Okay. But it means you're in that moment right before you make a commitment. You're in that moment where you're balancing things. Oh, the last card is it doesn't look like a fun card. It is a fun card. It's the 10 of Pentacles, which is a card of unexpected wealth or unexpected money, or finding that you have an inheritance or some sort of legacy or something that you didn't know about. Interestingly, quick note on this. Sometimes we can have things in our houses that are worth a great deal of money and we don't know it. An example of this is the family murderer, John List, who was so embarrassed about being broke and not having a job, he pretended to go to work for a year. Then one day he just killed his entire family so they wouldn't be embarrassed for him. I think they would have rather be embarrassed for him, but that's okay. Anyway, it turns out that all the time that he was so worried about being broke, he had a mid-century chandelier done by a famous architect, which I guess had come with the house they bought, which turned out to be worth $500,000. So I don't know what the moral of the story is. The moral of the story is find out how much your chandelier is worth before doing anything rash. Okay. Michaela, I love that name. That is my favorite girl's name. Are you still there, my angel? You still breathing?
Yes. Yep.
Good. I'm glad in both accounts. Okay. So what's your question, my angel? Oh, first tell me your birthday. I always connect people through their birthdays.
April 30th, 1996.
Oh, I love Tauruses. 1996, 1984, 1972. Oh, so your year of the rat, which is better than it sounds. Rats are if you're born in the year of the rat, you tend to be very socially kind of gifted, very good at communication, very persistent, and you're probably living in a New York subway. No, sorry, New York joke. All right. It feels like you have a couple of questions, but we're gonna stick to one. Do you want to go with the love one or the career one?
Love.
Cool. Okay. And do you have a specific question?
Anything that's coming up. Nothing very specific. I am in a relationship, been in one for 6.5 years.
By the way, the love fish haven't been biting much for anybody recently. That's going to change soon. Let me see what I get. Is there somebody specific you kind of have your crush eye on?
Yep, my boyfriend of 6 years.
Oh, okay. Well, the way you said that, I thought maybe I got that you were in a relationship, but I didn't get the way you asked the question, I wasn't sure if you were. So forgive me.
Oh, yes, I was. I am.
Yeah, you are. Actually, I think things are going pretty well. I mean, you guys are kind of taking each other for granted. That's par for the course after 6 years. I would stay tuned for the holidays because I think he's probably going to pop the question on New Year's Eve. I honestly, this is going to be a pretty short reading because I think you guys might have hit a couple of bumps recently, which, who doesn't in relationships?
Yeah.
I vaguely remember.
He just lost his brother last week in a tragic car accident in Florida.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awful. It's going to take him, be really patient with him. It's going to take him at least 6 months to be back to normal. So just give him a lot of shoulder rubs and hugs and chocolate and whatever
I've been doing.
Like. Yeah. No, I can tell you're a very good caretaker. You really are.
Definitely rocky, but.
Yeah, no, that's very hard. It took me a year and a half to get over that when that happened to me. So I still walk into walls occasionally.
I definitely miss my loved ones in heaven.
Yeah, yeah. I think that what's going to happen, because I'm getting often men get married when they lose a parent anyway, it's this sort of reaching for stability, and because you're a really good girlfriend. You're a good friend, you're a good girlfriend, I wanted to say good teacher. I don't think you're a teacher, but where'd that come from?
No.
no, you're not. No, you're not. But you have a talent for teaching people how to do stuff, though. I will say that.
I mean, I'm a stay-at-home mom, if that makes any difference.
That's great. That's kind of the most important job you can have. You're making sure that they're really good people for the next, for our world. So thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you from all of us. Do you have 2 kids or 3 kids?
2.
Okay, you're going to have another. Enjoy. Perry is a good name for a boy or a girl. That's my name. Just thought I'd share that. But as I said, Michaela's my favorite name. What else am I getting for you? Honestly, you're just a lovely person. It's amazing. You live in Foxborough. Oh, it's just there. Nice town. What were you about to say,
maybe anything from my loved ones.
Oh, okay. Let's be specific, because if I found out on this
my
show,
dad,
this is an interesting thing. Cool. And let me tell you what happens.
Or my father-in-law.
Let's see who shows up. Let me just tell you the reason that I asked people to be specific, because I found out while doing over 250 shows here, when people, and this is not you, I just found it out. When people ask, is there anybody there for me? What happens is we open the door and everybody rushes to the door.
Yeah.
I'm usually the first people to get
more
there.
or less my dad.
What? Yeah.
More or less my dad.
Okay, hold on. Oh, he's lovely. Was he balding?
Was he what?
Balding.
I'm not sure.
Losing his hair in the middle.
Oh yeah, he's definitely going bald. No doubt about that.
Yeah. Okay. Just making sure. He's like, I can't believe that's the first thing you found to say about me. You're also very handsome, sir. He's worried about one of your siblings. Feels like it might be a sister.
I have 2 sisters. Actually, I have 3.
Well, one of them, he also loves you, by the way. He loves you a lot. You're actually kind of the most like him of all the kids. Does that make sense to you?
Mm-hmm.
You have a lot of his strengths. He's a really steady guy. I think he was a wonderful father. He's one of those. Oh yeah. Well, you were, sir. He's one of those people who was just born to be a dad. Oh, and you were the. Oh my God! Don't let your sisters watch this. You have a brother too, or am I?
Yes, I have a brother.
Yeah. Okay. Damn, I'm
good. He lives in Arizona.
That's okay. He's still your brother.
Yep.
I'm kidding. I'm just being playful. He sends his love to all of you. Out of the girls, you're his favorite. I know you don't think that, but I'm telling you, you're his favorite. Oh, I love saying that. He really.
Don't tell my sisters.
What?
I said, don't tell my sisters that.
No, I'm not going to. They're not going to watch this show. We're not going to let them. He's very happy. It's interesting. It's funny that I'm doing this show from a library, because I don't know if you like to read, or one of the things we do when we cross over is we study and we take classes and stuff, because Earth is a learning experience. And then when we get to the other side, we get to reenact great times from our lives. Wow, he's also showing me himself at around 30-ish. He was a good-looking guy. Yeah. Nice-looking man. Yeah. He says, that's how I got your mom. Apparently your mom's very pretty.
Yeah.
Hey, that was a real love story, he says. That's so nice. I love hearing that. Yay. Okay, so he wants you to get married. He loves your kids. Do you have a little boy?
I do have a little boy.
Yeah. He's with both kids a lot. A lot. He's kind of their guardian angel, for lack of a better phrase. He's very protective of them, but the little boy is having some issues right now, so your dad is very much with him. And he's fine. He's a great little boy. You got great kids. I really like them. Oh, he's so cute. Is his middle name one of a name that's linked to your dad or your dad's family?
His middle name is linked to my son's dad. So my son's a junior. So his middle name is my boyfriend's middle name and his dad's middle name, and then one of his brother's middle name, which is my son's godfather.
Okay. For some reason, I'm always going to remember that. I don't know why. So when you call back again, I'll be able to repeat that back to you. I'm not kidding. I don't know why that just sunk in. And your dad is like, I'm over here. Hello. Okay. What else? I like him. It's interesting because he was very smart, but he's also got like this working man down to earthness. Does that fit?
Yeah.
Yeah. Very down to earth guy. He liked beer. He would like to tell you that he likes beer.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Did he bowl, or am I crazy? I mean, the two. I can be crazy, and he can.
Yeah,
bowl, so.
we would bowl. We would bowl.
So I think we've got enough confirmatory things here to say that this is your dad. He's balding. He is lovely. He likes beer. He likes bowling. He's very much with your son. What was his? Did he have a very sort of solid American first name, like John, something like that? It's not John, but what was his first name?
Who? My father, Michael.
Yeah. Oh, good. Oh, well, there you go, Michaela. Michael. What a coincidence. Yeah, I like him a lot. Do you mind if I ask, is he Catholic? Because it's none of my business. He seems like he's got a spiritual side.
Yeah.
Okay, he can't stay too much longer. He wants to. What?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, please.
Was he specific on the sister he was worried about?
No, I think she might be getting in with other bad. I don't think he likes. Does she have a boyfriend or girlfriend or a llama? Whatever. I don't think she likes her partner very. What?
Yeah, my sister's married, and the other one, has boyfriends. I don't
know. I'm not sure which one he's worried about. I don't think it's the married one. One of them. I think he's worried that she's getting in with some bad company. That's all. That's all he's saying. And I think it's the middle one. Oh no, the middle one's married. Hold on.
No, the oldest is married. The middle is not.
Oh, it's the middle one. Okay. Oh, you're the youngest?
Yep.
Me too. Yeah. Youngest rule. Okay. It's the middle one. I'm not sure why he's worried because he's fading. What he wants you to know is he loved you very much. He's also, he made some mistakes. He could have a tiny bit of a quick temper, but he really loved you, and you were just the center of his universe. So don't forget that. And he's with your kids. I don't want to say especially the boy, but especially the boy. Very much with you. And you are going to be getting married next year. If you need any bridesmaids, dear, I'm just saying. Just don't put me in one of those. Thank you. Just don't put me in one of those bridesmaids gowns. You know how like brides want to make themselves look good, so they stick their poor friends in the like most hideous gowns ever.
Oh, I
have been in unimaginably horrible gowns for my friends. God bless them, but I'm never wearing burgundy again, people. Just not happening. So you're good. Oh, okay. We've got Mary holding for us, who is in New Hampshire. It's a New England show tonight. Yes, my people. I'm a Mayflower descendant. So, listen, Mikhail, it's really nice meeting you. And your father has to go back now, but he says he's very much with you. You can also ask him for help with stuff. Is that okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure, love. God bless you. Take care. Mwah. Mary, thank you for waiting. You're an angel. When's your birthday? Oops. Okay, well, I went on a little too long with Michaela. The thing is, when people ask for mediumship work, it feels kind of rude because to stop early because these people have come all the way from the other side. So it only feels polite to like chat to them, maybe offer them a sandwich, a spectral sandwich. I've been getting emails lately, and actually, I got some letters from you guys. Thank you. Thank you for the fan art. I love fan art. Feel free to send more. You send it care of Moonstruck TV, A1R Radio. I'm Perry Lyons, but I just love that stuff. Thank you so much. People want to know, oh, Mary, you're back. Hello.
Hi. Hi,
I'm
hello.
sorry, I didn't mean to keep you waiting. So, my darling,
Well, that's okay.
I like to connect. Oh, thank you. That's very kind. I like to connect to people through their birthdays. So, when is your birthday?
January 22nd.
Oh, you're an Aquarius. Woo! I'm going to charge extra for this. Which, considering it's free, probably means that I'll wind up paying you. I love Aquarius, but you guys are not like the rest of us. In a good way. Oh, you're not. You're all sort of weird geniuses. Which is a good thing. Okay. What is your question, my angel? How can I help?
Just a general question. I don't know what your expertise area is.
I'm good at everything, baby.
Question. Just general. I'm just floating, barely treading water here. So, whatever you have to give, whatever you feel.
Sweetheart. Well, you've had a lot of loss in the last few years. So
yes.
If you're exhausted, you're tired all the time, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it. This is not forever. So I want you to hear this. And you called the right place because I just came out of this. I lost my mom and my fiance and the postman and anybody else who was standing around. And you've had a lot of you lost some possessions too. I don't know how that happened, but I'm sorry about that. But it was 2 years. Yeah, we won't go into that, but you know what I'm talking about.
I do. Yes, I lost both of my daughters.
What? Oh my God, that's beyond. Oh my God, you've had. I knew you'd had loss. I didn't know it was. That's the worst thing I can imagine. My heart is with you, and they're beautiful, and they just showed up. Okay, they're beautiful, and you gave them beautiful names too. Okay, first of all, they want you to know that nothing was your fault. They love you very much. I want to say something. I mean, something. It's not the name Yolanda, but it's a beautiful name. Both of them have beautiful names. What are their names, please, and their birthdays?
Tamara.
Oh, okay, that's right. Okay, yeah.
Tamara. July 9th, 1979, and Rebecca was
my God.
March 24th.
When's her birthday?
1982. I'm sorry?
What was it? When is Rebecca or Rosetta?
Rebecca.
Okay. I love that name. Great New England name. When's her birthday?
It was March 24th, 1982.
Well, first of all, they're sorry. They know it's not their fault, but both of them are incredibly sorry for the pain that you've been in, and that they were even because they love you so much. Boy, they love you. I can see you cuddling up with the both of them, watching TV or reading them a book. Wow. They're very present. You can talk to them and they will hear you. Know that. And I'm not making this up. This is true. Oh, they're lovely too.
Okay.
I think they both have, one has darker hair and one has more reddish hair. Is that correct? Or she might have dyed it blonde at one point.
Yeah. One is darker than the other. Yeah.
Yeah, got it. And I was hearing what Yolanda was me trying to translate Tamara from it's an exotic name. I have 2 minutes. So here's what I'm going to say. First of all, they have a brother?
Yes, they have a brother.
Okay. They want him to know that they love him very much. And they're sorry they left him alone. And if he steps out of line, they're just going to come back and hit him around the head. They both, they were very good. All three of them were very close. Oh, gosh. They're lovely girls. They have beautiful skin, both of them. And beautiful. It's going to sound really crazy, but they both have really great noses. I'm sorry, That's nuts. But they do. They have beautifully shaped noses. I know that's crazy, but it runs in your family. I mean, I can tell you're lovely. Here's what you need to know. I've got 60 seconds. They love you. That when they come to you in dreams, that's not a dream. That's a visit. Okay. They're happy.
Okay.
It is really nice over there, but you're not allowed to go there if you off yourself. So don't do that. But give yourself time and rest. Drink a huge amount of water. It's the best way to flush out emotions. Cry your eyes out, eat good food, and let your friends support you, because you still take care of everybody and you won't let people support you. So please let your friends take care of you. They love you. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Absolutely.
And it's good for you to be in community. Join as many, whether it's church or synagogue or a knitting circle. Don't join a knitting circle. The worst politics I've ever known were in a knitting circle. But get involved in something you like, because you have a lot to give the world. You have a really good 30 plus years ahead of you. And I want to see you use that. You're important.
I hope so.
No, please trust me. I have a freaking New Yorker article. Please believe me. You're important. You're going to feel better. You won't forget them, but you will start to remember what it feels like to feel happy again. Let yourself rest. Let yourself be supported by people, and know that things are going to get better, and soon.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Maria Leggett's Medium Show with Maria Leggett. Live from MariaLeggett.com. To connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, ask1radio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Maria Leggett's Medium Show on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Maria Leggett, and I'm coming live to you from Dayton, Ohio. I am so excited to be on here with you tonight. Of course, I'm excited every week, but that's just me. Let's talk about things that I have going on right now. If you are interested in learning about your chakras and you want to take a free class for chakra basics, if you don't know a whole lot about it, you can go to my other website, templeofthesacredcircle.com. And there is a free chakra class that you can take to help you learn what the chakras are, how they spin, can you get blockages and things like that. And then I'm going to be releasing classes that delve deeper down into the chakras to be able to explain more and go into meditations to find out what some of those blockages actually are. We also have a free practicing your intuition class that is on the first Tuesday of every month. And then this week we got to do the first developing your intuition class, which is a paid class. And in this class, we got to meet our master teacher, which is part of the spiritualism inner band of guides. So we got to meet the master teacher and spend time with them, and it was amazing. And we learned a new tool on how to be able to perceive an answer to a question that we have. And I love being able to teach different tools to people so that you can begin working with your higher self. And one of the things that I am doing right now is I am gathering together a creation of a membership to be able to gain access to meditations that I create specifically for those people in the membership, and some exercises to be able to learn to work with your tuition, your intuition. And when I have that membership site ready, I will absolutely release that. And that will be on the marialeggett.com website as well. And let's see what else. Oh, if you want to meet your higher self, I am working on a video right now, a meditation. Sorry, I got completely sidetracked. And the meditation is going to be able to meet your higher self. There's healing energy in it to allow your body to heal. And you're going to be able to meet your higher self and get some information from your higher self, which is really important in order for you to be able to start receiving messages from your higher self, so you can learn who they are, what the energy is like, and the things that they're saying to you. So I would like to welcome Jerry to the show. Hi, Jerry Ann. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well, Jerry Ann. How may I be of service to you this evening?
I guess I want to know. I think I might know what my life purpose is.
Okay.
But I don't know what's blocking me. I don't know if I still have some shadow work to do. And I don't even know if I'm on the right track. So there you go.
All right. That makes complete sense to me. So as you were talking, I was shuffling some cards. So I'm just going to ask, how do we get Jerry Ann to find what her blockages may be? Is there shadow work? Is there anything else that she needs to be able to clear her path? And we're going to stop, do this, and start flipping over some cards. Oh, I love this. So here's what we have. The first card we have, this is from my deck called Balancing the Feminine. And you see right here, we have the solar plexus. And the interesting thing on this card is this is what it says. The clarity you seek, you already have. It is time to believe in yourself and know that what you are seeking is inside of you, and you don't have to seek the answers outside of yourself. So there are things that you already know, but you are not trusting them for some reason. And that's all ego based, right? Your ego comes in and goes, why would you say that? Why do you think that's going to be okay? And then your higher self goes, well, because I think it's fun and this is going to be a good thing to do. And that's the voice that you need to start listening to.
How can you even believe you're worthy?
Right. Yes, exactly. And that's why you have to start trusting that. You know, it's interesting in this deck, and as you were asking the question, in this deck, there's a card called, it's the moon for December, and it's called A Long Shadow Night. And it's the name of the moon, A Long Winter's Night. I can't remember. I'll have to look for it. But what it does is it talks about it's time to stop running from the shadows. So there are still some things in shadow work that are for you to address, because otherwise you wouldn't have the, am I worthy enough to do this? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's one of the things that I had to do to be able to say, hey, I can do a radio show that's international for people to look at me and trust that this is going to work out. And it's hard, right? We step into that imposter syndrome sometimes for, you know, who am I? Why am I supposed to be doing this? And the interesting thing is, when I first talked to Spirit about becoming a medium, I said, why me? And Spirit said, why not you? And I didn't know how to answer that. I was like, and that's the same thing that they're saying to you. Why not you? they're showing it to me as though you have dedicated a whole bunch of your life to helping everybody else and that you've always put yourself last. Do you understand this?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it's time for me. I have to put myself first now, and scares me.
It is scary, isn't it? And that's the thing. Yep. We have fear around stepping into our authenticity and being as big as we're supposed to be, because staying little and in that box is so much easier, because then we have to address that fear by peeking out around it and going, ooh, what's out there? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And
it's
you are
shadow
really
work, and
ready. Yes, it is. And
it's
so
the
second
shadow
part,
work, and it's the letting go. And I know I'm almost there. There's just coming to realize there's like maybe 2 people left, and I just
being able to forgive and let go. Forgive, let go, because you're ready. So the other 2 cards that I pulled for you are, we have the waning crescent, which we're actually in the waning crescent right now. So we have the waning crescent, and what it says is, honor yourself during this time with self-care. Salt baths are especially helpful in cleansing your aura. Take a walk in the moonlight. Allow that moon energy to wash over you after you've taken a salt bath, and allow that energy to charge you with, because it's waning crescent, right? Which is what we're in. It's going to help you to release that energy and let it go. And the interesting thing is, the card that I pulled right after that for you, Jerry Ann, is the waning gibbous. And the waning gibbous, this is literally what it says on the card. Release any unwanted energy which may have appeared since your last manifestation. It's time to let that poop go. It doesn't say poop, but that's what I'm going to say on the air.
Yeah.
So you are really ready to start trusting yourself and knowing what's right for you. And Spirit is showing it to me as though there are voices from the past who are talking in your left ear, trying to say to you, you can't do this, you're not capable. And that's the voice that's so much easier to believe than the one on the right, with Spirit saying to you, but Jerry Ann, you've worked so hard, you've done all this stuff, it's ready. You're ready to step forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally does.
And I don't know if you work with crystals at all, but for some reason, Spirit's telling me to talk to you about labradorite. And labradorite is... What?
You want to know what I just picked up off my altar?
What?
Labradorite.
Oh, yes! I love it when plants works out. Spirit's amazing. They're like, talk to her about the labradorite.
Yeah, I just picked it up, and my kids are, I go in places, and I get messages, and I'm getting now where I don't care who you are, and I just walk up and say, you know what? You might think I'm really whack. And they're just like, oh my God. And then of course they start crying, or I'll, grab out my deck and cards will go flying, and I'll give them a message, and they're like, I'm so sorry we're crying. I'm like, no, let it go. That's releasing. That's good for you.
Good.
But then I can't let myself do that. I can't let myself do that.
And using that labradorite is a really good way of being able to set psychic protection, right? So that you're not bringing in an energy that is not good for you, because anybody can do this work. It is a complete misnomer that people say this is a gift. And I love when people say to me, you have such a beautiful gift, and I receive their sentiment. However, I don't like to call it a gift, because that comes with the perception that only special people have it. And that's not true. We can all do this.
That's what I tell people. I said, every day, hug a tree, put your feet in the earth, put your hands out. I'm open to receive messages and guidance.
Yeah. See, you've already got all this. You know what to do, Jerry.
No, but why am I so scared?
Because we're human. We're human, and we have these traumatic pasts, and we carry some of that difficult work in with us. And so we allow those voices to tell us what we can and cannot do, rather than listening to our higher self that goes, you can do anything you put your mind to, because that's why you agreed to incarnate on this earth. You are supposed to be doing this work. You are supposed to be continuing to do these things. And Jerry Ann, if you're open to it, I would love to teach you. I teach this stuff. It is absolutely brilliant. I have a free class the first Tuesday of every month. If you go to Temple of the Sacred Circle, go to Temple of the Sacred Circle and sign up. Absolutely. I would love to see you in the free class.
That just caused me a lot of anxiety, but you know what? You got nothing to fear but fear itself, right? So I'm just going to step into it.
Exactly. I was you many years ago, so I am so grateful to you, Jerry Ann. Thank you so much for being on the show with me this evening. Thank you for allowing me.
One more?
I have like 30 seconds.
Am I breaking the patterns to help heal my children?
Yes.
Thank you.
You are stepping in and doing
the
hard work.
See you on that Tuesday.
Perfect. I would love that. Don't forget to apologize. That's what I'm hearing. Don't forget to apologize. Thank you so much, Jerry Ann, for being on here. Many blessings to you, my love. I so appreciate your energy. Thank you to everyone who was watching. I am grateful to all of you. I love being able to do this. This is my life's work, and you can do it too. Join me on marialeggett.com or templeofthesacredcircle.org. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Thank you.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Medicine for Your Spirit with Raylene Byrne. Burn. Live from RayleneBurn.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio. Or one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Medicine for Your Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Namaste, everybody. Raylene Byrne, Medicine for Your Spirit. First of all, I just want to offer a really big heart moment. Whoever's watching, whoever's listening, whenever you're watching, whenever you're listening, just to breathe into your heart for a moment and set the intent that all this chaotic stuff happening at the moment is bathed in peace, that peace can infiltrate into the hearts and minds of all. And just see that in your own heart and just let it be a beautiful resonance that you're offering as a gift of love, as an intention, as an act of peace. I woke up this morning and once I did all my bits and pieces, I was sent this beautiful little cartoon, I suppose, an illustration, and it was in steps, and I want to share it with you. The first step was, two groups of people, us and them. That's what it was, us and them, and this conflict. And then it panned out, and it was like bigger groups of people with a divide. And then it panned out again, then it was much bigger with a bigger divide, like the Grand Canyon divide. And then it panned out, and it was seeing Earth with this tiny moment of conflict. And the bigger picture of this was, we live on this one tiny little rock spinning in the whole of the universe. And all of humanity together on this one place, which is our home, and we're fighting around us and them. I looked at it and went, wow, this is really incredible. It's just such a different perspective. So I've got a call. I missed the name. I think it's Leslie, sorry. Leslie?
Yeah. Hi, Raylene. Yep. Leslie here. Can you hear me?
Sorry. I can hear you. How can I help and support?
Oh, thank you. I was wondering if I can get more of a general reading about where I'm at with my soul growth.
Your soul
growth. Development.
Soul flow. Soul growth. Okay. Great. Sometimes my the gets a bit muffled and I don't get quite clear on some of the words. So this is for Leslie, and it's aligning with her soul growth. So let's see what is here for her. What's coming up first? I feel like I want to do 4 aspects for you. So the first one is your earth element. This is sort of where you're at right now, or what's sort of going on, the groundedness. So let's have a look at this one. For Leslie, here we go. Okay, so this is about miracles. This is miracles. We all want a miracle in our life. We want a miracle on the planet right now. But this is really about perceptions. This is about how, and Wayne Dyer said it very eloquently many years ago. He offered, and it's stuck in my mind, a miracle is a change in perception. So this is basically saying where you're at right now, whatever's going on, you need to have a different perspective and a different perception of it, because that will open up other pathways of solutions and what else is possible. So that's the first one. That's the groundedness. So the grounded energy for us is, it's up to us. I change my thinking, I change my perspectives, I change my perceptions, and then life offers me many, many, many other opportunities or invitations or pathways. So that's your first thing. This is for your soul growth. The next one is the water energy, the element. What do you need to release? This is a good one. You got to release fear. Fear is, it's about, and you know what? I'm going to give you a little tool here. Fear, we've all got fear, and at the moment the war drums are getting louder and louder, so it's cultivating and bringing up a lot of fear and worry in people, and it's very old. Most of us go through life using the word fear. I'm fearful of asking for this, or I'm fearful of doing that, or I'm fearful. Fear is a very paralytic energy. It paralyzes us. And as soon as we start using the word fear in our language, because it's so important, our language is important, what we're telling ourselves is, I can't do anything. I'm paralyzed. Because our instinctive fear will stop us from jumping off a building to see if we can fly. It's about survival. That's our instinctive fear. We've all got it because it's survival. But most of us use the term fear for many, many things in life. So I suggest, this is for your soul growth, change the word fear in your dialogue to the word lack. What am I lacking right now? So, for example, if I'm fearful of asking my boss for a raise, I'm not really fearful, I'm lacking confidence. If I'm fearful of taking the step into the next stage of my life, I'm not really fearful of it because I want to do it, but I'm lacking a vision, or I'm lacking clarity, or I'm lacking direction. So a really good way to discern and define whether we're really in fear as a restriction, contraction, is this about survival, is to change to the word lack, and then say to yourself, what am I lacking around this situation? Because when we understand what we're lacking, then we have movement because we can work on that. So that's your release energy, releasing the fear, looking at the lack perhaps, changing the word fear to lack, and seeing what energy comes up for the action, what steps you need to take. The next one here is fire energy. Or I like this one. This is rhythm. This is finding your own rhythm, so that your soul, our souls are going through such a massive awakening right now. Our souls are stepping forward and going, come with me. I know the way. I know the way. Listen to me. Trust me. There's nothing to fear. I'm never going to do anything to you or put you in a position that is not for you. Listen to me. Trust me. So this is finding our rhythm. And finding our rhythm means we have to have awareness of what's going on around, but pull our energy in and direct it and focus it on who we are, what we want, and where we're going. How do I want to feel in the next week? How can I cultivate those feelings today so when I get to next week, I'm already in that space? So this is about finding your own rhythm, finding your way. It's not going to be the same as anything or anybody else, because this is you understanding your uniqueness. So this is the fire. This is like dance, drum, get out there and stomp. You know, it's like real grounded movement. This one builds the energy, star jumping, you know, going for fierce walks, get the energy moving, get the fire happening, because it helps us find our rhythm. I hope you understand what I'm saying. And the last one is the spirit, the air energy, which is all about expansion. So what are you expanding towards, and what's expanding towards you? And we have reverence. Look at this. Look how beautiful that is. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, it's all this light. So this is reverence, is this sense of devotion to self, devotion to your own soul, knowing, trust, growth, your own sovereignty. Our soul is begging to be heard even more and more. And 2023 has been the year where we're meant to be connecting deeper to it. If we haven't done it so far, or we haven't really devoted time to it, the next 3 months is going to be buckle up, baby, because it's coming. It is going to go crazy and weird and fierce, because our soul, between now and the end of the year, we have to have a very strong connection. So the expansion is for you treating yourself with great respect, great honoring, great devotion, and making time for yourself. And, you know, one of the things that people don't do is sit for 5 minutes with nothing, no music, no guided meditations, no background noise, like, you know, TV going, nothing. Just sit anywhere quietly for 5 minutes a day, close your eyes, and just be with yourself completely. That's all you have to do. And when you start doing that, it's quite remarkable what you start to have awareness of and feel and see within yourself. Just 5 minutes a day of complete, I'm just being with myself. That's an act of devotion. And that allows our soul to come to life even more and start being more involved and more direct in our life. And I feel that's what you're really asking is, I just want to live more from my soul.
Yes, thank you so much, Raylene. Everything you said was resonated 100%, even from the beginning with the Dreyer, Dwayne Dreyer quote about changing your perspective. I have been listening to the subliminals. I feel like I have subconscious fears holding me back that I'm going to fail. And now all of a sudden I have this new energy to me that I want to try. I feel like I've been stuck, girl. I feel like I've been living the same day over and over again for the last 8 years. And I don't want to do that anymore. I'm not living. I'm not thriving. And I have definitely been a lot more engaging in self-care. I am a social worker by trade. So I'm a helper and a healer. I'm a Reiki healer. And yeah, I definitely have felt that nudge to kind of focus on myself for sure. And
great.
Not, yeah.
Can I just give you one small suggestion? One small suggestion. Because it's easy to fall into ruts. It's easy because life just gets a bit full and, we just want to get things done. A really good this is a suggestion. I've lived this year and it's made a massive change in my life, is simply this. Every day, do one thing different. So if your routine is to get up in the morning and, I don't know, do yoga, do your meditation, have a shower, clean your teeth, and then go to work, mix it up. Do something different.
Take a different route.
Just doing
yes, ma'am. I've heard that.
One thing different every day opens up different pathways in the brain, and we start being a little bit more inspired and a little bit more energized and a little bit more motivated. Pardon me.
Awesome. Thank you. And, thank you for the reminder, Raylene. I did used to just make everything stop. And literally it was only 5 minutes because my workload is full. I like that. Not overwhelming. It's just full. Life could get full. I'm gonna borrow that from you. So that's definitely a very good reminder. I don't know how much time there's left, but can you tell me what my spiritual gifts are?
I've just been given the message that it's about time to go. I will say one of your spiritual gifts is support. I'm hearing it very strongly, but you've got to support yourself before you can support others. You're doing what one of your spiritual gifts is. I feel that if you're looking for the external stuff, don't look there. Go in here. Go in and ask your soul, how do you best want to express yourself through me?
Ooh, I like that.
And you get your answer.
I like that. I was thinking more about, when it comes to spiritual gifts, I kind of feel like I'm intuitive, and I'll get, random dreams that say that tell the future, but, I don't know how to hone it in and what I'm supposed to be doing with that.
Well, you can contact me privately. This is, I have to go, but this is it's been really lovely speaking with you, and I'm glad I've been able to be of help. This is Raylene Byrne, Medicine for Your Spirit. Please find me on my website, and I'd really love to take you further with this.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Evenings with Kimberly, the comedian medium. Live from KimberlyWagonMakers.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Evenings with Kimberly on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, it's Kimberly Wagon Makers at AR1 Radio. And I will be here again next Thursday. I want to start with, so that if by any chance we get cut off with the caller and I don't complete, I don't like that. It makes me feel really bad. So, because there's minutes, my phone number 760-519-5519. You can text. I answer all the time, and or call unless I'm unavailable. And my website is just like my name, www.kimberlywagonmakers. And hopefully it's in the show title. So the spelling, because it's kind of hard for people. But that's how you can find me when I'm not here, or on TikTok, Kim the Shaman, or my Facebook business page, Rescue and Restore Balance, my name. So I wanted to start with that because I never seem to have enough time. And I need to figure out how, okay, I got to get this chat bar up. I don't want to miss anybody. I have a wee bit of a headache today, but I came because I need to start just going no matter what. So if anybody needs psychic, I prefer psychic today. But if it's an urgent mediumship, then it's the spirit's going to, as I say, push their way forward. When there's really emergency situations, they'll even hunt me down and come to my door, bringing food from, DoorDash, or, it's just amazing. I can't even explain. But when they need it, they definitely, I always say they are more powerful than, and need it more than the sitter, because they see their loved one crying, feeling sad, and they want to come through and say, hey, I'm really here next to you all the time. You don't have to be sad. I'm here. And so, I feel like the spirit is always needs it more, and they're way smarter than us humans. They blow my mind what they do. Last night, I always believe in the little critters and I save them all. And last night there was the most, at 2 a.m, I kept hearing this banging, and I thought one of my cats was doing something. But I realized my phone's going crazy. I don't know if it's something urgent. So I finally looked out, and this dragonfly is just banging on my door. Beautiful. Huge, probably the biggest one. I see I have a caller though. Let's see. It says Beth in can't pronounce Lowell. Hi, Beth. Can you hear me?
Hi, I can. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I woke up with a headache, and I've had it all day. It's probably part of menopause. So
maybe not.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty.
I hope not.
Well, menopause is one of those things that we go through, unfortunately. But how are you today, Beth?
I am very well. I'm excited to be speaking with you.
Oh, have you heard about me at all, or been on any of my sites?
Oh yeah, I've been kind of following you for on Facebook for a bit.
Oh, I'm surprised.
I read the post every now and then, and I once got connected to somebody, but it wasn't you.
Oh, finally I can see my face. Woo! I'm sorry. I just saw my face and in front of me. I'm like, okay, what's that? So Beth,
Yeah.
how can I help you, sweetheart?
Oh, well, I was just kind of wondering a few things. Like, a major thing coming up is something to do with my daughter and visits and things like that. So, and I was wondering about my relationship with her and how she's feeling, and if things are going to go well for me. I have to go to court, and I don't like going, and it doesn't always work in my favor, even though it's mostly unfair, and there have been some things that aren't good. And then I was kind of wondering a little bit about my job, and then of course my love life. And I don't know why I've, like, the last couple of boyfriends I've had, or love interest or whatever, they just haven't gone anywhere. And I usually, most of my life, I really haven't ever had like a hard time with it, or had to deal with somebody rejecting me. And I know that I not very well with the whole thing. And then I'm wondering how my mother and my father are up there in heaven. And I'm wondering what you might be able to help me, figure out, or tell me.
So it's a lot, and I'm trying to because I feel like it was like 10. No, it's okay. That's why I say we don't usually have enough time, because I like to start with one. Like, it sounds like you were asking first about relationships with your daughter, and am I hearing correctly? And a big event is coming up with her, a wedding or something?
No, I have to go to, we used to have visits, and her father made some mistakes. And now, the place where we go to have the visits doesn't want us there. And so now we have to go to court and find a new place. And, he's done some things that are in violation. And so I'm just trying to see how that, might pan out. And, ultimately I would love to have my daughter come and stay with me, but I don't know how realistic that is. But I was just wondering
Is she very young? Is she young? I feel like she's younger than a teenager.
Well, she's 15.
Okay. So I was thinking in my head under 16, so that's under a teenager. So
okay.
I feel like, so Beth, I never BS. And we are all over, and I don't even know how much time we'll have. I'm going to start
with. Fine, but you can tell me whatever I have to hear. I can handle it.
And you can call me back after, and I'll for free continue if you'd like. I did say my number in the very beginning.
Okay.
Because this is a lot, and I don't want to hash it up. But I'm going to start with, I feel like Spirit right away told me, because you also mentioned relationships, and basically they've all been unhealthy, wrong. So I feel like Spirit is telling me, number one, before we address sister or family, daughter, men, work, I feel like you need to do some inner work. I feel like you need to address, and I don't like the word counseling, but I feel like if you got out and got into some sort of healthy activity that you really enjoyed, because you need to do, everybody overuses the word meditation, and meditation, I don't sit and cross my legs and meditate. I find it very boring. I meditate. My meditation comes organically when I'm cleaning the house, just vacuuming. I'm like in a silent mood, and I'm just like with spirit. And I'm talking to myself and I'm getting answers. So for me, meditating is gardening. It's in the yard when I'm watering at 1 a.m. and no one's around. So I have that peace and serenity. Cleaning. I need you to start. You need to look within, because why are all these bad things happening? This is the shadow side of you. And it needs addressing. Once you address and realize, the changes we need to make, and shoot, I'm still making my own changes. Trust me, it's not an easy thing. But once you make those changes, you're able to draw in what you really want and need. And that includes the right man. That includes the right job. That includes unbelievable happiness with your daughter, your family. But if you haven't made those changes organically within yourself, they won't see it. Nobody will see it. And life will continue this way. So, let me look. Okay, I've got 60 seconds. I knew this was going to happen. But you have my phone number, right? 760-519-5519. I'm supposed to go live Facebook after, but if you call, I'll continue this, because I feel like I feel like you have a lot of stuff and it's nothing that can't be fixed. It's never too late until we're dead. And that's when, unfortunately, if we hadn't fixed all this going through the bloodlines, it continues and we have to come back and fix it again.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Soul Alignment Mentor with Angie Harris. Live from AngieHarris.org. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Soul Alignment Mentor on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. If you are just getting to know me, my name's Angie, and I am an intuitive healer. And so I bring messages from spirit to help people align with their higher self and to understand what might be blocking them from manifesting the things they desire in their life. And today I wanted to share a little tidbit of what spirit has been teaching me recently about us aligning with our higher self and manifesting the things that we desire in our life. And if you didn't know, I am an author. I have 2 books out. My first book is Leap Lessons. My second book is Composting Ego. I actually have a copy here with me if you're able to see me on the TV. And in this book, I talk about how our ego is programmed by the world around us to act and be a certain way. And so when we begin to want to manifest things in our life, sometimes our ego will begin to self-sabotage us and hold us back from receiving the things that we actually desire. And I recently was working on moving forward in some things in my life, and I realized that part of my ego was holding me back because there was a fear of actually succeeding. And so that got me thinking about divine timing and whether I could force things to happen or I need to just allow them and then align my energy to receive it. And even last night, I was talking to one of my personal one-on-one clients that I do healing work with and reminding them that the more we focus on what we want in life, the more we attract it. And sometimes it's hard because our ego wants to continually move back to what we have known to be comfortable, even if we don't like it. For example, if we're struggling with finances, even though we want more money, we often focus on what we don't have and that we're not getting what we want. And so what we're meant to do with our spirit is align our higher self, understand that we have this power within us to manifest our desires, and then focus on the fact that we can receive and that we will receive it, which can feel hard to the ego because it doesn't actually see it happening in real life. But it is very possible to begin to almost pretend that you're receiving money, which allows the universe and God to know, I'm ready to receive from you. I'm ready to receive these things from you, whether that's money, relationship, or something that you're seeking in your life at this moment. Start to focus on what you desire and not so much on what you don't want, even if it is your current situation. And it can feel very hard for our egos. But I'm open to receiving some calls today. And for those who are seeking some mentorship, your soul alignment mentorship, I would love if you wanted to reach out on my website. I'm actually offering discount readings the month of October. I have a few more openings. I'm being booked quickly. So get on angieharris.org and find that discount link. You can get underneath the booking and you should be able to find that link, that discount link in there. So I see Trish from Hull from England is wanting a reading today. Are you available?
Yes,
hi, Trish.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I am good. Were you wanting a general reading or was there something that you wanted? General? Okay.
Yes, please.
So I'm going to pull up some cards. So a lot of my readings that I do, Spirit gives me insight into people's energy to help them to move forward, maybe in areas they feel stuck in. And so whatever comes up, I will share with you what I hear. But I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards just to tune into your energy here to see what we get. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
So the first thing that I'm kind of hearing is that you may have felt kind of stuck recently. Maybe things have felt like hard. Maybe you haven't been able to see much progress in some areas of your life that you've been wanting to see progress in. And what I'm hearing Spirit wanting to remind you is that the light that you seek outside of yourself is inside of yourself, and that your intuition, your higher self, your spirit is actually attempting to speak to you to guide you forward in your life right now, to help you find and align with things that you're desiring. Are there some things that you're wanting to see improved in your life right now, Trish?
Yeah, a lot of things.
Okay, I think we all
just
have
been going to bad.
Yes, we're all kind of wanting things to always improve. Because what's interesting is the first card I pulled for you was darkness. And it says stars cannot shine without darkness. And then I pulled a card that said listen. The quieter you become, the more you can hear. And so what this is telling me is that the answers that you're seeking are available to you, but you might be having a hard time seeing or hearing them because your focus just kind of, I don't know if you were listening prior to jumping on here, but just kind of like what I was talking about when we were manifesting something, we often focus on things that we don't want because we think if I try to control this situation, then it will change. But really, we have to turn our focus and look at things that we do desire to attract into our life, which feels really hard because it doesn't make sense to our mind to look at the opposite of what reality is in our situation. But I'm hearing Spirit say to you, like, we desire to give you your heart's, like the passions in your heart, the things that you want to see change. But sometimes we have to sit in the energy of where we are in the moment. There's kind of a void between the old part of who we are and the new part before we are completely aligned with that new energy that we want to attract into our life and the new opportunities and the alignment. There's this void in between, and that can feel really hard, and we'll want to go backwards sometimes into where we have been. And this is all just because we've been taught to do this by society, by the way that we've been programmed to believe about ourselves. But we all have divine spirit in us, and we're all fully capable of moving forward. Sometimes we just have to remember that we have the power to turn our focus towards a different thing that we do desire. Does that make sense for you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. Does that help?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
Okay. Was there any other things that you wanted me to tune in for?
No, that was great. Thank you.
Okay. I am open to bringing in another call if there is another one, or I can continue to tune in for you here, Trish. Is there something in particular that you're wanting to see changed for you?
Yeah, my money situation. But we all want that, don't we?
The money, okay. So, yeah, that is exactly, I think what is interesting is the money situation is one of the things that we all struggle with because we feel like that is what our livelihood is all about. And if we remember that, like our energy attracts what's outside of ourselves, we can kind of begin to go inward and see what is it that I am doing within my own energy to block what might be trying to come towards me. Also, I'm also hearing Spirit wanting to share with you that there may have been some situations in your childhood where there was some lack or maybe some within your family, there was fear around finances or money. And there's been an energetic connection within your energy and what you kind of were programmed to believe about it growing up. And when you release that belief that you've been taught about finances and money or attracting abundance in any way, it will begin to release that. Have you ever done any kind of inner child healing work?
No.
No? Okay. Do you know what it is?
No.
No? Okay. So inner child healing is basically meditation where you, and I do this with people as well, but where we imagine ourselves as a younger age, and then our adult self will go back and spend time with that little part of us, and we will teach them that they're safe and that they don't have to stay in that same energy that they were in at that time. Because even as adults, we don't realize it, but our inner child, the parts of ourselves that were younger, will begin to pop themselves up in our adult life and try to recreate safety in our lives the way that they had to create safety back then. And so there may have been something that happened in your early childhood at some point where you felt like you had to protect yourself, and that barrier that you've kind of put around yourself might be actually causing a protection from you even to receive good things. So that might be something that you could look into, doing some of that. And there's some great resources online to look up inner child healing, or you're always welcome to reach out to me on my website. And I'm doing the discount readings this month. So if a time worked out for you, we could always explore that some more during that call. But yeah, I think Spirit is definitely wanting to get things into your hands and to open up for you. It's just wanting you to remember your value. So thank you for letting me do your reading today. And I do hope that was helpful for you.
Yeah, it was. Thank you very much.
You are very welcome. And again, I just want everyone to know that I'm offering discounted healing and readings the month of October. If you get on my website, angieharris.org, you will find a booking link on there. Just get in, and everything's over Zoom, so we can meet no matter where you are in the world. We'll meet online, and the reading flows just as well anywhere we are. So I look forward to being able to meet with you, and I will definitely be back next week, and I look forward to continuing to provide some guidance for you all as we move forward. So have a beautiful rest of the day, and I look forward to talking with you all again. Thank you so much for your time and being here with us all today.
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome. Time for Bernice Bisson's Psychic Media. Bernice Bisson. Live for BerniceBissonPsychic.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Bernice Bisson Psychic Media on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Welcome to Psychic Tuesday with Sweet Bee. The next 30 minutes, we're going to talk astrology. We're going to talk about some of the big stuff that just happened in the news the last little while since my last show, and some of the astrological predictions I had made then. And then we're going to do a couple of readings. And so let's start at the top. I'm Bernice Bisson. I am a psychic from Canada. I'm in Winnipeg, Canada. I've been reading for 35 years. I read palms and cards and tea leaves, and I'm an astrologer, and I have a real affinity for paranormal, and I do a lot of paranormal research and a lot of paranormal work here in Winnipeg with different locations that are well known. And so if you go to my website at BerniceBissonPsychic.com, you'll find some of my events. You'll find my podcast. I have a couple seasons out of my podcast, and I've been debating my third season because it's a lot of work, but I invite people back who have recorded my readings, over the last 35 years, and they come back with their original recording, and you get to hear my original predictions, and then they come back and talk about all the stuff. And so there's some great stories in there. So if you like that kind of, I call it psychic soup for the soul. Yeah, a little of that, little soul medicine. And it's called the Soul Medicine Psychic with Bernice Bisson. And you get to hear some of my readings. And also, I do events, and I do very personal, intimate events where there's small groups or gatherings. And I have a couple events coming up where I do gallery messaging, and it's a group of 40, and everyone gets messages. It's 3 hours of me just going off and reading everybody. And then I also have a Zodiac birthday party. And like I said, I love astrology and I love birthdays. And so I work a lot with people's birthdays, and I host a Zodiac birthday party. Like, what do you get that person that's got everything? Well, you get them a birthday party with Sweet Bee. And it's only 12, I only allow 12 people. And it's a whole evening of readings and astrology. And you get a little slice of birthday cake, and you get a goodie bag. It's held at one of the most notoriously spooky haunted places in Winnipeg, actually one of the most well documented in the world. And it's called Hamilton House. And I work with Hamilton House, and Cheryl and Gags Unlimited are the owner of Hamilton House. And if you Google Hamilton House, the historic Hamilton House, Winnipeg, you'll see that 40 years of seances had been conducted by Dr. Hamilton and recorded there, along with other practitioners that have worked there. And but those particular seances are documented at the University of Manitoba Archives. And I work with a group of psychics and mediums there, and we conduct, based on Dr. Hamilton's research, very similar seances. And so you can follow through there, or you can find that on my website, the links to some of those events. Okay. And so let's get started. So at the very top of things, I want to talk about, since the last time I did this show, I talked about the Libra Aries lunar axis, and everybody was like, oh my God, there she's going again with the planets. But I talked about peace, war, I've talked about conflict and things coming out of surprising places, didn't they? And so if we looked at, for instance, let's explore some of the lunar axes of what's going on. So if I looked at the recent conflict we saw arise in Israel, there's no side, I'm not commenting on any sides of this. What I want to say is God bless all those that lost their lives, and so much love to them and their families. Only love heals. And so Israel and Palestine share a lunar axis of Taurus and Scorpio. And in this lunar axis of the north and south nodes of karma and destiny, right now, the final eclipse is November 13th. There was 5 of 6 eclipses in that lunar axis. The final one is November 13th. And it's a really critical one in terms of shifting from conflict to peace. Scorpio can be a bit extreme. And so there's between now and then, extreme will feel, that's how it'll feel until it culminates at that final lunar eclipse and that karma and destiny pattern of eclipses we've had. It's the closing eclipse, it's the finale. It's sort of, this is what is, will be, and it'll be in place for a while. And then if we look at other conflicts and things going on, we've also got Libra and Aries, and October 14th is a critical new moon solar eclipse. The last times, I mean, we could look at 2004, we could look at in the 90s and 1977, were the last sort of lunar eclipses in this degree of Libra. And it is about war and conflict, and it is about peace conversations as well. We're going to see that going on a lot in the next 2-3 weeks around the globe. So it's going to be some important stuff karmically for everybody. And so cardinal signs are impacted the most. And that would bring me to like the Leo, of course, Libra, Aries, right? And then we've got some Capricorn and Sagittarian, Capricorn, Cancerians also in that cardinal axis. Also feeling it, anyone with 11 to 15 degrees. Now, I don't want to get too techie with all those degrees, but I will say this. I'm looking at my notes. I did some preparation because there's so much around this that I want people to pay attention to all the serendipitous signs. We've got Mercury going into Libra. So the conversations are around that Libran energy. And it's going to be important to have those conversations around peacemaking, balance, justice, fairness, karmic. And we've also got Venus literally transiting right now to Virgo. Venus is natural order in Virgo, but it's the practical side of Virgo. It's the do, it's the value. And we're going to see shifts in our economy. I'm not surprised we just saw gas and oil go up, kind of like that. And then we've got opposite of Venus, we have Mars. And Mars is moving to Scorpio. This is all this week. This is like, I'm telling you, hold on to your hats, folks. If I were to pick a week out of this entire year that was super critical, there'd be 2. There'd be a week in April where the first lunar eclipse was, and now where the solar eclipse is. Those 2, so April, October, I'd pick this is probably the most critical week in terms of paying attention to the astrological signs, massive shifts. So we saw this kind of conflict boil up through Amos, yet there might have been inklings or signs of it even back in April. And with lunar eclipses, they hide things, right? They hide things. And then 5, 6 planets, went retrograde. Wow, they're about to go direct. And so on top of the transit of Venus and Mars, men and women, aggression, peace, value, economy, and assertion, aggression. Now, Mars rules Scorpio, rules. And Mars is a birth, death, extreme, justice, large, pushes forward in Scorpio. So we're going to see that very much so there. We're going to see the other planets, which people haven't talked much about, but Uranus and Jupiter are still in Taurus, if anyone forgotten, they're retrograde. First, we're going to have Pluto go direct today. Pluto governs Scorpio. Pluto is the transfer of power. Pluto is going direct to 27 degrees of Capricorn and is going to head over some old ground that we felt since June. We're going to feel the next 3 months. And so 27 to 29 degrees of Capricorn is very much about letting go of this old era, and we're stepping into what I call the age of Aquarius, this new ideas, technology. So we're going to see some pretty significant shifts with the economy and government policy. We saw some conflicts through that Libra Aries lunar axis that went, and we're not quite out of the woods yet with that. Still more on the table a little bit. Pay attention to this next 10 days. But I will say this, what comes from this conflict will be a new peace accord. The last conflict, the one I looked back at for that matching eclipse was in 1977. And Egypt became involved and there was a peace accord drawn at Camp David, I believe. And so in 1977, so I believe that this shakeup is going to lead to a new peace accord, a new dynamic. And so if there's anything that any one person can do, and we all say this, oh, what can I do? What can I do? I mean, put your money where your mouth is, I guess. You billionaires, if you're listening, put your money where your mouth is. But send love. That love vibration has to start within, has to start with ourselves. That includes, you know, if you're out shopping and if you're out driving or you're dealing with crappy people at work or you got a bunch of stress and pressure, love. We got to find this place of this higher vibration and be a little kinder, because this is a lot of intense energy and people feel it. And And where we forget the most, and if I look at the final two planets, is Neptune and Saturn, and they're retrograde. Still, they'll be going direct even into November. And we're going to see the power of mental health and addictions. We're going to see that tidal wave really surging up in that time in a mass way. And so remember, be patient with people. We're all feeling it. And the only cure is love. The only thing we can do, and that starts on a daily basis of good, random acts of kindness, of really reaching out to people, really understanding people. So this is the time. We're all being called to raise that vibration. So let's all start now. And that mantra. So remember, let's be patient with each other. All right? All right. Soapy done. All right. Now, I think I had Anne in New York. So Anne, are you with me?
I am. How are you?
I am lovely. Thank you for asking. So Anne, we have I don't have a lot of time in the show, but I want to spend as much time as I can answering your questions. Where would you like me to focus?
Can you connect to past loved ones to see if they want to tell me anything?
If they want you to, so you just want to kind of, whoever's out there, come talk to me. Is that it? Are we doing?
Yeah, is there anyone there that wants to connect to me?
Okay. And so let's see what shows up around that question. So in your mind, I want you just to imagine who you want, imagine in your mind. Okay. Because it's like a Ouija board. The moment you open it up,
okay,
and you say, anyone want to talk to me? Pretty much everybody. So your dad. Sorry.
Okay.
Did you say something?
And looking at his picture too.
Your dad? Is that what you said to me?
No, I said looking at his picture.
Oh, you're looking at your dad's picture.
Yeah, I have his picture here. And I'm looking at it, thinking of him.
Okay. And so, if I may, I'm going to start with just, there's a strong, I'm going to just message stuff, just thinking of your dad as we think about him. There's a strong G name that's going to show up as an important name, and it starts with a G or sounds like the G, and that there's some decisions you have really important in front of you in the next 4 weeks, 4 months around a property, house, place, and a woman that you're very connected with and her health. And it feels like, and it could be near you, like family that lives right near you, and the decisions around where someone's living right now. And if I thought of your dad, in my mind also, the image of 2 smaller dogs keeps showing up in my mind. And these 2 dogs are already gone. And I just have that image in my mind around that. Your dad brings up some tension with family, and I'm going to say there's a man that's going to be a brother-in-law figure. There's maybe, if I think about, say, 3 of you, Anne, and 2 maybe where you are, and someone away. People are coming together even by May, right in your family. And he wants you to know that that there's people with maybe struggling with some tensions. Not everybody's getting along too well, but know that there's something coming even in the next little bit. There's he keeps bringing up what I think he means is the son-in-law, and which, if I'm talking about your husband, then there I might be what I'm talking about. It's still funny saying that, but there's something important about
my husband has passed away.
Yeah, okay. son-in-law.
My husband is
Thank
in
you.
heaven.
His son-in-law. Your dad keeps okay. So let's go back to those two for a minute, just if I may.
Okay.
Okay. Your partner, your husband, and your dad. In your family, I'm just going to mention a couple of things that keep showing up. With them are these two dogs. I know that sounds an odd thing, but they're deceased. There's a brother or brother-in-law living that you, even by May, your family's coming together. And I feel like there's this woman in family with health issues. And for some reason, I just feel like you are the support. You're the support person. You're going to wind up having to support this person in some way. So it's showing up really close with you there. The other piece that there's the girls, like the three of you, the girls, your husband's bringing this up. So
is it
the girls?
Is this a living girl, a girl here?
So I'm going to just describe. So your husband's bringing up the girls, three of them. You're one. Okay, you're one of them. There's another woman that is alive that you see her or talk to her regularly. Because I feel like if I talked about a sister figure, your partner, your dad, okay, in terms of deceased people, I know there's lots of dead people. I understand that. There's lots of them, but those people, you still have the care of a woman in your family showing up on your shoulders, okay, alive, and that the decisions about maybe where she lives and her care, they're right around all of this, and you're not alone, even in those times, and where it feels like you're walking this a by yourself journey. You're not. It's almost like that Footprints in the Sand poem, where those times that you felt like you were sinking in that sand, walking, and you look behind you, and that one set of footprints was them carrying you. And you're very appreciated, because I feel like you would have had to give up a lot of time around maybe their health or things like that. And you're very much appreciated, and that they want you to understand you're really not alone. And that although you still have some care decisions in front of you with someone, they're really there with you is really what I think they're trying to show me. Okay, Anne? Now I'm going to keep going because I want to get in as much as I can with you. While I'm with you, okay? And that there's going to be
I'm hoping someone else is going to come up.
So, I mean, this is a really short reading. So please understand that the people that even have come to are really right. That they want you to understand a couple of things. The name David will be really important showing up around you, okay? And that there's something important about let things lay where they might. You've got maybe a lady that's going to be very challenging to you, and you might have cut her out of your life. Okay. And as you deal with the care of someone, I feel like you're making the best decisions. Know that, even if you're feeling like you're being challenged, I feel like they're telling you you're making the best decisions. Okay. Now, can I go back and ask about when you have the pictures, and did you lose the little one, like the little cousin or something? The little one? That's not the right question.
Wait, did you say did I lose a little one?
Yeah, the little cousin.
I have my son. Are you talking about my pet or my child? I don't know what you're saying.
Okay.
A little one. What kind of little one?
You lost your dog? Is that what you said?
I lost my son. I haven't lost my son and my dog. My dogs are in heaven, and my son passed away a while ago.
Back. Oh, stop for a second. Back up. I'm getting too ahead. There's a bit of a delay, so I keep hearing part of what you're saying. But let me say this.
Yeah.
Your little one, your son, your little one, yes. The dogs, yes. The dad, the partner, this lady who's, I know we lose mothers, but this is another lady. And I feel like when they're all showing up around you now, I'm going to tell you what I'm supposed to tell you here. There's something about you being asked or invited to move. And this is going to show up in the next 20 months, and that there's going to be an announcement coming. May I ask you something, Anne?
Yes,
can I ask
you
okay. Was there a little girl recently born?
No.
There's a little girl being announced within 20 months, right around you, right around your family, right around you. Okay, I'm supposed to tell you that. This is going to show up. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay, this is going to show up right around. There's a young woman making this announcement. Within 20 months that this is coming up. And that, can I ask you another question? Did you make some care decisions, like nursing decisions with the lady recently? Are you doing this?
You mean like an appointment to go to the doctors, or that I'm a nurse? I'm kind of confused about the question.
Is this your mom? Is this your mom? Is this your
Somebody
mom?
around nursing?
Yes.
No. Wait, are you talking about somebody in nursing? No. I went to school for nursing a long time ago, but
no. Sorry. No, that's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is there's a lady that you will have to assist with her care now, like right in front of you. Okay. Right in front of you. Okay. And when you asked about the dead people that show up, right? They want you to know these things that I'm telling you. Okay. And that I feel like there is maybe your husband's family, but there seems to be a brother-in-law and a sister figure that are going to you'll be seeing them very shortly. Okay. Connected to your family. Okay. People coming together.
Yes.
And they keep saying there's 3 of you. There's you and 2 others. Right?
Okay.
Coming together. And if they're just kind of in your state or near you, this seems to be showing up pretty soon, where you'll be hearing some of these news. Now, your son, if I go back to your son, there's a strong J name he keeps bringing up. Starts with a J. It's another young person, Anne, and that.
Yeah.
Okay. That I feel like there's the news in the family. When I say, I think there's a baby girl, and the news of a wedding. If that's in your niece's nephew's, like right over, it seems to be. You'll know this news even the next few months. Sorry, did you say something?
Okay. No, I didn't. I mean, the J that comes up is probably maybe Tommy's middle name. My father was Jack, and then my father-in-law was John. So there's J's.
J's are with
them. 3 J's there.
That would make some sense, the J names.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is that although you've lost all these men in your life, I'm hearing that, right? There's still 3 of you. They want me to keep telling you this, that you and what's like 2 sisters, 2 sister-in-laws, like this gathering, you're going to know by May. And when you hear the news of the baby girl, know they told you this, that they want you to know that they're right there. And the care decisions around this woman, that there's something that lays on your shoulders, but they're with you in all of these ways. Thank you. Thank you for tuning into Ask One Radio, and thank you for tuning into my show. Hopefully we'll chat again one day. Take care, my girl. Thank you.
Oh, I appreciate it so much.
You can, you know what? I appreciate that with love. Lots of it. Lots of it.
Oh, right back at you. Thank you.
I got it. And so thank you for tuning in. You can find me at BerniceBissonPsychic.com. You can tune into my podcast there and all of that. And we will definitely see you next week here at Ask One Radio. Have a great week. Stay safe, stay warm, and we'll see you again.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Larkin Psychic Medium with Larkin. Live from larkinsreadings.wixsite.com/website.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Larkin Psychic Reading
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hey everyone, welcome. Come on in. I'm so happy to be here with all of you again this week. We're going to be taking readings this week, and I wanted to just go over a couple fun Halloween season announcements before we had any callers come in. This time of year, everybody's got so many questions. They love Halloween, but all sorts of conversations come up about ghosts and hauntings and, curses and, should we be afraid of our loved ones' souls after they leave, and what are ghosts and all of that great stuff. So I put together a fun online costume party event for Halloween on October 28th from 12 to 2 p.m. It is called Hocus Pocus Haunted Halloween Readings and Costume Party. And we're going to have prizes for costumes. And I'm going to do readings for all of you. And some of those readings might be simply about, hey, I think my house is haunted. How can we take care of this? Or should I be afraid of this and that? And we're going to have spirit come through and answer your questions and help you learn what to do to stay safe, why you don't need to be afraid. And we're going to be really clear and honest about all of that stuff. So it is limited spaces. So if you want to register for that, make sure you go to larkinsreadings.com. That's larkinsreadings.com. And you can register. It's really inexpensive, and it's going to be for 2 hours of readings and costume Halloween fun. So I hope you all will join me there. Also check out the Larkin Psychic Medium Spiritual Interpreter page on Facebook. You can get tuned in to all of our events. It looks like we have a caller already today. Let's see, we have Melissa. It looks like from Winnipeg. Welcome, Melissa. How are you tonight?
I'm very well, Larkin. How are you this evening?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for tuning in. What can I do for you
Wonderful.
this evening?
Thank you. Well, I'm hoping you can tune in to my father. He passed away 8 weeks ago, and I'm looking for any kind of messages from him.
Oh my goodness, that's wonderful. I'm getting so much love and chills. Okay, so immediately I started to, I might get sort of random here in the beginning because the frequency will start coming in until it starts to take form. So just bear with me. I might make a few scattered things until we can put the pieces together and he comes through fully. I'm feeling a lot of things sort of from the neck up. Was he hard of hearing? Did he have hearing issues?
Not that I know of, no.
Okay, because I'm feeling a pressure coming up through my throat and up into my ears. I'm feeling a lot of pressure there. And let's see. Was this sort of something that you actually, your energy, your voice actually sounds really good for this just having been 8 weeks?
Right.
Still feeling the pressure coming up kind of through so if it doesn't make sense at first, that's fine. Something might resonate with you that it does, because it might sound like I'm even arguing with you some during the reading. I do that a lot. People are like, oh my gosh, you're a jerk. But it's because I trust what spirit is giving me, and they'll keep pushing something until it comes through. I definitely feel in the throat area. And sometimes that just signifies an ability or inability to speak or hear you at the end.
Okay.
Were you able to communicate clearly with him at the end?
I don't live in the same city as him, and he had passed away before I got there. So
Okay, so that's probably what's coming through. I'm asking him right now. I'm having sort of a mutual a side conversation with him, because oftentimes a restriction in the throat or the ears, I often have to go in and ask what that means if it's not physical, because often it is an indication that there was a lack of communication at the end, not necessarily meaning like emotionally or psychologically, but it could mean that you weren't there to speak with him.
Right.
So, okay, so first of all, let's see, I see 2 or 3 other, do you have 2 or 3 siblings?
Yes, 2.
2 siblings? Okay. Because it looks like I see, yeah, and then your mother is still living, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm seeing there were at least 2 people with him, and
my mom and my dad were separated.
Okay. Well, energetically though, still what I'm seeing is I'm seeing the energies of the 3 children, because that's what he's showing me, you and your 2 siblings, and then her energy. So whether they were separated or not, it doesn't matter. There's the love and the relationship there. So I'm seeing that energy there. And it also looks as though there were 2 people present. So were there 2 people present and caring for him around the time of his passing?
His longtime common law arrived. He had already passed, though.
And there's one
and
of
then
your
ambulance showed up.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's fine. It just means they were there and they were present at the time, around this time surrounding his passing. And then you have at least one sibling that lives near him. Is that right? That was able to come after passing?
Yes. And there's only one that lives by him.
Okay. Because he's showing me 2 figures present that were close to him. So that would have been his common law relationship and your other sibling. Okay.
Yes.
So, so here, this is interesting. So he wants to share with you, and I have to interpret the words from the feeling because he's giving it to me as more of a feeling right now. He is extremely at peace.
Oh, good.
And although this might have come as a surprise to you all, this is something that his soul chose. And actually, yeah, so his soul chose this timing, and it also chose to be alone. So he doesn't want you to feel any despair there or any regret. I'm actually also being shown, and I think that you can feel this intuitively. I think you can feel that he is in peace intuitively, at peace intuitively. Yes. Sorry. He also had a choice to come back while he was passing, and decided no, this soul had intentionally decided. It sounds as though he felt that he left with you parted on a good note. Is that true? Would you agree with that?
Yes.
In other words, he felt at peace with your relationship. He felt that you 2 had a good relationship. He felt that you were fine, that you were at peace, that there was nothing else that had or needed to be said in order for you to be able to be okay and move on and be at peace with things.
Wonderful.
That if you don't agree with that, you can step forward and we can discuss that with him, but that's what he shows me. And so he didn't need to be there. Did he pass away of a stroke or heart attack?
Something similar, very similar to an aortic rupture.
Okay, because what I'm feeling is a very quick, I'm getting chills so this is validating for me. I got a very sharp, quick kind of pain in my heart, and like a warmth. And then there really wasn't much time to, there really wasn't suffering or even time to really stress or worry. And then there was then it was all of a sudden what he's showing me is, let's see, they found him laying down. They're showing me that he was looking at his body from above, and it was just very peaceful. And it was like, oh, who is that? Oh, that's me. It was like, oh, recognize ourselves often very much. And then he was asked, if you really want to come back and stay, you can do this. Was told he would probably have continued. Sorry, I'm looking through my third eye. That's why I'm not looking at you. Would probably have continued heart issues moving forward, have some health issues moving forward if he were to stay in this world. So he decided to go ahead, and he got a brief look at all of you and your families, and was very happy, peaceful, and joyful to go. His parents there, and I'm seeing a sibling. Did he have a sister?
He has a sister and a brother, both.
Okay, all right. Because I was seeing one or two siblings, and brother came in, and then sister, and then brother, and then sister. So I chose one. Okay. So he has that's so they were all four there with him and his angels, and it was very quick and easy, and he's completely at peace. Now it looks like we have about a minute left. Do you have anything specific that you want to ask him? Because one of the things he wants to quick add in is that he is going to be there with you and your siblings, with your families. He's right there with you guys. I've got 60 seconds. He is going to remain close to you. He is trying to let you know that he's there. He is trying to show up with you guys, with you. And he's showing me a lot of wood. So I don't know if he had some things that were made of wood, or he's showing me a lot of wood, and he's showing me that that everything's going to be all right with all of you. And he is trying to help one of your siblings work through some things. Now that he's on the other side, he's trying to help them out with their life a little bit.
That all makes perfect sense. My dad was a cabinet maker for 35 years. He worked with wood every day of his life.
So since I've got 20 seconds left, it looks like he was just jumping in, trying to give you validation. So he gave you validation today with heart, validation with the siblings, validation with who was there for his parents, and with the wood. And I hope that for you, that is enough validation that he was really there with you tonight. And we're going to get cut off here. Thank you so much for being my caller tonight, Melissa. Bless you. I'm going to send your father with you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. Have a great night.
You too. Bye, Melissa. Thank you for tuning in, everyone.
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Psychic Paths with Suzanne Marie. Live from PsychicPaths.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/Psychic Radio.
Or one of our websites,
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Psychic Paths
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. I am Suzanne, and I'm here for a little bit. I am a clairvoyant and a light trance medium. How is everyone doing tonight? I hope everyone is doing well. I hope that everyone is getting ready for the fall and the winter. Halloween is around the corner. So if you have kids, that's really cool. Um, so what I'd like to say is that loving one another is very, very important. Being kind to one another and using our compassion is foremost one of the most wonderful things we can do for ourselves and for others in this world. Um, the peace. We need to have compassion and tolerance. It takes all kinds to make a world, and sometimes we don't agree with what other people believe or feel or anything, but we do have to have tolerance because that's what we are made of in this world. We're made different, and that's okay. It's okay to be different. So that's my first and foremost is love. Love is the most important thing that we have to give to one another. So also I'm looking forward to the solar eclipse, and it will be in Libra. And Libra is all about balance, and it's all about um, loving. And I just feel like it's a good time to balance our needs and our wants and try to get down to the middle of things, no extremes. So we're looking forward to that on the 14th. And just remember that these moons and this, I'm not quite sure about eclipses, but moons usually mean letting go of what doesn't benefit us anymore. So with that, we have Ashley from Rhode Island. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for taking
Good.
my call.
What can I help with today?
Well, me and my kids are actually going through a lot of life changes right now. I'm just wondering if you can maybe pick up on anything. Um, we actually just I separated from their father of almost 20 years.
Oh
Um,
wow.
so we're kind of going through a lot right now.
I feel the minute I talk to you, I feel like there's a lot of sadness around you, and I feel a lot of frustration. Are you frustrated? Because I feel like your frustration is coming out. Um, it might just be the changes, because changes seem to do that.
I'm definitely frustrated. I have a
I feel a
9-year-old
lot
son
of
and a 2-year-old son.
oh no.
And he was a full-time dad with us. He was a great father, and now he just completely disowned both of his kids.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see what I can see. With that, with your husband, I feel like one of you outgrew the other. Like if if you had to stay the same, it would have kept going the way it was, but someone outgrew the other person. Um,
Yes,
and that and
definitely.
that's not a bad thing. It just means that sometimes you outgrow a person. Um, let me see. I feel like there's obstacles in the way. I feel like it's a sensei shima is what I call it. It's when obstacles appear, but it's kind of like they're trying to figure out if you really want to stay on the course you are and do the things that you say you want to do. So don't lose hope and don't lose faith. And I feel like there's still going to be some time where it's going to be really hard, but I don't think that will last. I think by December, if I'm looking correctly, I feel like December will be your month. I think things will settle down. I think that your children will do better too. I think that
it's funny that you say December because I have been saying December. I've been saying December for I'm going to say 4 or 5 months.
yes, I'm right there with you. Um, and I don't feel like him out of the picture and him disowning his children is bad right now because they need to focus on feeling safe and secure and having some kind of foundation without him, if that makes sense. I think it would be really hard
He'll
for
do
him
more
not.
harm being around right now. Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes,
With the
yes,
inconsistency than being absent right now. Absolutely.
yes. So even though it's sad for the children, I feel like it's a very important time just to stabilize them and put some foundation beneath them and to know that they are loved and cared about. Um, I feel like good things are just around the corner for you. You are doing the right things. You are taking care of yourself. And I feel like sometimes you question that. I feel like you question that because you feel guilty or you miss what you had that you no longer have or something to that effect. But I feel like you did what you had to do in order to love yourself. And it's most important to love yourself first. And I think you need to keep that in mind as you move forward that this action that happened, it was made out of love and it will bring nothing but goodness for you. You know, you were true to yourself, and that's really hard. And you were true to your children. So I feel like the three things are gonna come and they're gonna kind of toss you about. But if you stay the course and you stay with what you want and what you need, I feel like you will do well. There's nothing but positive coming forward. You've
Thank
changed.
you.
You've changed in the last 5 years, is what Spirit said, and you've changed for the better.
Thank you. Yeah. No, my closest friends, they say to me, they said the past year I can see a complete turnaround in you. Even just the way you carry yourself, the way you talk, how you out with your kids. Because this past year has been so hard for us, but I feel like our connection with my kids and just the way, even the connection with life and everything is completely so much more clear than it was before.
That's what I'm picking up. It's more meaningful. Your life is
Yeah.
meaningful. And so I just feel like it's nothing but good things happening. And I understand the sadness, and because anything that ends is sad. And I
Of course.
understand that the children are missing a part of them. But that's going to be okay because life does go on. Life does move forward, and you will adjust and they will adjust. And anytime you get those frustrations, maybe just ask yourself, what am I learning from this? Because usually an obstacle can mean just, what are you learning? It gives you a pause in what you're doing to say, wait a minute, what's going on? And then what am I learning? You're learning a lot. You're learning at a fast pace. My goodness. But that's what I would say the obstacles are. Are you sure you
I say
want to go on
my
this path?
my hardest days
Yeah,
of doing this, it gives me more of a push. It makes me take them to the trampoline park or go pumpkin picking or be more present with them on my hardest days.
good,
And
good.
that's where I'm like pulling it out of nowhere because I don't even know where I'm getting the strength to do it. But I'm finding the strength in me that I never knew I had.
I sense that, and I'm so proud of you. I am so
Thank
proud
you.
of
I
you because
appreciate that.
what I'm getting is that you had been stuck for a long time, and your tenacity is what's making you grow and making you stronger and making a better life for yourself. There's better for you coming in. if that makes sense. So, yeah, I see nothing but good things happening to you. And by Christmas, things should really be looking up. I think
actually,
you did a very heroic thing.
thank you. I very much appreciate that. Thank you very much for saying that. I actually met somebody. We've been broken up for maybe about a year and a half now, but
Okay.
I actually just met somebody, and just the connection, the vibes, and the chemistry, and it feels really good right now. But
Very,
then the
very
frustration
kind.
brings in where, I'm sorry, what was that?
The person is very, very kind and gentle. The new person.
Yeah, very, very.
I just see good things for you. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep being authentic and true to yourself. And if something doesn't feel right, just notice that and see what you can do about it. But I feel like you've made some really, excuse me, really good decisions for yourself and your children. And I see nothing but good happening. So that's what I can say.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're only gonna go for this hard time for a little bit, and then I think that things will just really start working in your favor. You're gonna see that in the next couple months, that what you want and what you need just come. They're just gonna come to you because you're doing the right things to be true to yourself and to be kind to yourself. Don't lose hope. I feel a sadness and I feel a frustration, but these times aren't going to last, okay?
Thank you.
All right, honey. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you so
calling
much for that.
tonight.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for calling and let me share. You have a great week now, okay?
Amazingly accurate, clear answers to any question. You'll love Suzanne Marie readings. Clairvoyant reader and spiritual light trance medium. Tarot is used for spirit confirmation. She's been a spiritual reader for 30 years and would love to be able to bring accurate, clear, visionary readings for those who seek answers. Available online and phone. Call 320-455-2303 or email readingsbysuzanne@gmail.com. Suzanne Marie. Check her event page for specials.
You're listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Understanding Spirit with Mary Shapano. Live from MaryVCircles.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Oh, yeah,
websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Understanding Spirit
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of Understanding Spirit. I'm your host, Mary. I hope you've all had a good week. There's a lot going on in the world, and we just have to, I suppose, at the moment, just sit in prayer and whatever that looks like for you, and just hope for the best outcome for everybody concerned. As usual, while I wait for a caller, I'm just going to do a little bit of educational work for anybody who is interested in developing. I just do a little bit every week. Another thing that I want you all to consider when you are trying to develop is just to not be harsh on yourself and not compare yourselves, to other people. It's actually the worst thing that you can do, because we can be quite excited with what we start seeing, how we start feeling, and we sort of kind of want everything to come yesterday. Spirit, has their own timing, and it's always what is the best for us and the highest good of everyone concerned, and there's many times when people come to me for a reading and I can actually see spirit lining up, to come to them. So, just always be kind to yourself and just be patient. Everything will happen for you. Okay, I have a caller. Have I got Tonya from North Carolina?
Yes.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How can I help you today?
Yes, ma'am. I just want to know if maybe I'm going in the right direction.
If you're going in the right direction, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you are. I'm getting arrows going forward. So the path that you've chosen is certainly the correct one. I do feel like you need to also take a little bit of time out as you're making decisions. Maybe kind of like meditate on things. And if you don't actually meditate, you don't have to do meditation as such. It can also look like just having just a quiet moment to yourself and just sort of sitting still and just kind of thinking about where you're at, how far you've come. Does that make sense for you?
It does.
Okay. Do you have a female in spirit? I feel like it's a mother or a mother figure or somebody that would have advised you.
Okay.
Because I do have some information for you. You don't have to get a reading from the spirit. I can go ahead and give you a psychic reading, but I just want you to know there is somebody there. Do you want to just go ahead with the psychic reading?
Yes, it's probably my mother.
Sorry?
I said it's probably my mother in spirit.
Yeah, it is. This is a mother figure. Yes. Did you want to hear from her?
Sure.
Okay. Because it is a long. I feel with what you're doing. She's kind of like going like this, like, come on, get on with it. And she's trying to encourage you. And she's like, there's no time like the present. But she's saying, just be patient. Everything will come to you. And she's saying come as you are. That makes no sense to me, but I'm hoping it makes sense to you. Does that make any sense for you?
It does.
Yes? Okay.
Yes.
Was that something that she used to say?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So that's like validation for you, that I'm with your mum. I'll just see what else. Yes, she's also coming up with meditation for you as well. She's also showing me that you have a lot of kind of like knowledge and wisdom so far in your journey with this, but she's wanting to sort of like push you in also in a more spiritual direction, and also going forward with a lot of compassion. Does that make sense for you?
It does.
Okay. She's was your mum sort of like, I want to say she was very strong and would kind of exert like her authority within the family, but I also feel like, if you will, it's like, I can see her with a sword, like, you have to do what I'm saying, but then there's also this marshmallow soft side to her as well. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, now she's also coming up with, are you saving money at the moment?
Trying to, yes.
Sorry, what was that?
Yes.
Okay, because she's saying to me that she's watching you save money. Okay, and she's happy that you're doing that. Are you wanting to invest your money at all? Because she's talking about, everyone's talking about investing in gold, and Spirit are too. So, if you're looking at an investment somewhere to put your money, then she's talking about that. She's also telling me, with the saving as well, she's saying that you need to have a rest, and she's wanting you to have a break, take a vacation of some sort. And she's showing me, okay, I don't know, it might be like, I don't know what it is. It looks like it could be like Vanuatu or somewhere like that. It's not Europe though. So anywhere where there's kind of like lagoons, that kind of thing, because I can't see the actual country. She's only showing me that part like of the beach, and there's like little boats around, floating around. Are you thinking of taking a holiday?
Yes.
Okay. She's actually saying you're in, like, she's gone a little bit further with that now. She's actually saying that you're actually in desperate need of a holiday. She's making me feel like you're quite worn out. And it's more, it's mentally, and it's also emotionally. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am, it does.
Okay. She's like, from now on, she's showing me like just baby steps. All right, as you go forward, she's like, just put one foot in front of the other, and just kind of like I want to say, just stop and think, like have a quiet moment. She will come to you in your thoughts as well. She's showing me that she's tried to communicate with you, and she's saying like she's whispering in your ear. Do you have any, and because I'm seeing it the opposite way. So it would be your left ear, I think, is the one she chooses the most. Do you get any sensation? You do?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Because she's showing me that's her. All right. Now, I had other spirit around because I do readings after the show, but she just kind of like pushed in. So I knew that my caller was going to need to hear from their mother today. All right. So, and I feel like she would have just, like she's giving it to me like her children for her were like her little chickens, and she would just, like fuss over them and look after them, but she had them all in a row as well. Like there was discipline there too.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay. I kept saying like nail biting. Does that make any sense to you? Do you bite your nails, or does she? Because she's like, this is a nail biting kind of time for you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. She's saying just be patient, all right, just going forward, right? And she's also saying don't second guess yourself, all right? She's going to be pushing you along, right? Have you felt like an internal push? It's a little bit hard to describe, but it's like there's something inside you that makes you feel like you've got to push a certain direction. Have you felt that?
Yes.
Okay, she's telling me that is her. Okay, so if you're wondering, sitting there going, I have no idea what that is, I feel weird, I can't explain it, that's her pushing you forward in the direction that you need to go.
Okay.
Okay. She just keeps wanting to say over and over again, take your time, take your time, take your time. All right. And she's kind of like got one hand, she's showing me she's got like one hand on your shoulder and she's got the other sort of like stretched out, and the same way that somebody would guide us forward in a certain way. Okay. All right, she's blowing you kisses, and she's sending you these white flowers. I think they're gardenias, but they're white. I don't really know my flowers, but I hope that flower makes sense for you, because she's giving me that strong smell of it as well. So I don't know if that was a favorite flower for her.
Yes.
Okay, beautiful. All right. She's actually got a bit of tears in her eyes. She misses you, and she's saying she loves you.
Listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Energy, Healing, and Spirit Talk with Tammy Petrocelli. Live from TammyPetrocelli.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Energy, Healing, and Spirit Talk
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, it's Tammy Petrocelli from Pike Creek Reiki and Healing Arts Center and Tammy Petrocelli Medium. And last week, I was wondering, where was my Indian summer? Because we had like 8 days of rain. The Northeast was being flooded from New York to Florida. Guess what? It's arrived. We've got a beautiful 80 degrees out there today, gorgeous sun. But myself and my plants are so grateful for what has come. And I hope that you weathered the full moon in Aries well, because that was Friday, so Thursday, Wednesday night through Sunday. I hope that you left some time for some ceremony to get ready for the winter. So we have this beautiful energy around our spirit. Energy, this is when the veil is thinning. The end of this month, will be the thinnest, and we carry that through all cultures. So many cultures celebrate, from the South America, and they celebrate the Dias de la Muertes at the same time that we have the pagan ceremonies of Samhain, All Hallows Eve, and all of that is coming. So as we get closer, the veil gets thinner and thinner. So I really hope that you have set aside time to release anything that's bothering you, that's not working in your lifetime right now, so that you can make time to bring in the stuff that you need, the good stuff. So I hope you weathered that. Also, last week I was a little nervous, past week, because of all the rain and all the terrible weather. So I want to remind you now, get ready for winter now. And what I mean, let's build that immune system. Let's up those B vitamins, the C, the D3. Let's start making sure that we have good herbal teas, homeopathics, in that same kind of category, but it does treat us differently. So we want to be sure that you build up your immune system so you can easily fight off all these crazy germs everybody's carrying around. Terry in Virginia Beach, you're not too far from me, just a couple of hours. I love Virginia Beach. Have you been to the Edgar Cayce Institute?
No, I know exactly where it is. I do know about it. I've just never been there.
Yes, you have to get over there, and you must walk that beautiful dolphin labyrinth there. It's lovely. Yes. So Terry, welcome to the show. Thanks for calling in. And would you like me to connect you to a loved one on the other side,